thing I'd like to do right away is be consistent with straights
Okay.
more than anything.
Well, that's good. That's kind of the direction we're going to go in, anyways.
Yeah.
Um, a lot of that has to do with ball striking. And if we're not striking the ball well, and it's not really club face bare minimum,
Yeah.
it's hard for a wood or a driver to go straight in that direction, right? You can have, I mean, I can tell you, you can have a zeroed out path, straight down zero, and if you don't hit that thing dead nut center of the club face, it's gonna fade. Or if you
Yeah.
hit off the heel, it's gonna fade. The toe, it's gonna want to draw, right? So, you know, a good consistent path and a good consistent swing with good shot. That's just good habits, good rituals, good routine. Something you can repeat from step one. Um, so kind of getting set up, and the first step is the most basic step I can tell you. If you're setting up right here and you're doing practice swings, like your number one thing is really to figure out where is my club bottoming out in my swing. Is it bottoming out behind the ball, in front of the ball,
Yeah. I
right?
was topping it a lot.
So exactly. So if you can't stay balanced, if you can't sweep the floor, right, it's going to be hard to have a consistent strike.
Yeah.
Staying balanced to me is like, can you hold your finish and watch your shot? So you do have good, at least stable balance in that line. It's now a matter, the three things I'll talk about for any basic golfer getting into it is smooth. Are you smooth and relaxed throughout the entirety of the swing? Are you sweeping the ground with the club in between the feet somewhere? And can you put the ball in that position? And can you stick your finish, meaning can you swing with good balance and stick the finish and watch it
Follow
1002, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to follow through into the finish, and can we just stick it and hold it, right? Most players have a hard time holding this position. They always get to here for about half a second, and then that happens, a little moonwalker fade away, right? So the basic things I'll go over is smooth, sweep, stick. As we go, I'll kind of take a look at what's really going on mechanically. But I really don't change grip right off the bat because you were asking about that. Mainly because it's the number one way to lose a client. Unless they come strategically to you to want to work on their grip, the
Yeah.
number one way to really screw with someone's head right off the bat
Right.
is getting deep in theory. What I'll tend to do is if after a while I can't get it, I'll slightly adjust it,
Okay.
right, without having to go through this whole rebuilding of the grip,
Yeah.
because that's not fun for anyone involved,
Right.
right? And I want to keep
That's why I wanted to come before I started playing too much.
100%, and that's a great
Yeah.
great way to look at it. So if I was going to, again, so smooth sweepstakes, like the basic swing fundamentals. If I'm going to talk about now your setup, there are three things I generally go after, and fourth being alignment. But if I'm talking about just three mechanics, is my grip good? Right, we talked about that. Is my posture good? Do I look athletic, or do I look like I'm just like an little old lady or something? And then so I got my posture, I grip posture, and then my stance. How big is it, and where is the ball at between my feet?
Uh-huh.
You can kind of see how the stuff builds on top of each other a little bit, right? So go ahead and grip it for me. We'll kind of go over what the wood setup looks like. Okay, so for you, you're going to want to feel a little bit more to here, and hands a little lower. There you go.
Okay.
Good. Yep, that's a little more squared to it. Good strike. Okay, try it again. Make sure your knees aren't locked. There you go. Your knees look a little stiff there, yeah. So instead of kind of here, let's go more there and have flexation over them. So that motion kind of, it's when you start doing this, it creates a lot of issues. So I kind of go tall and athletic, like if I had good posture, and then I'm just bowing forward more. My knees are just relaxed, right? I'm not doing anything really special, okay? Good. Yep. So take a look. Where is that sweeping when you make your swing? Better. That was more ahead of it there. Okay. Hit a ball for me. Now that was a good swing. Now there's some excess motion going on and some path issues going on. Again, it doesn't have to be picture perfect, but you're striking the ball well. But if you're asking kind of like things I notice as you're swinging, so go ahead and set up for me. Okay. Now you kind of want this side to be more over here feeling.
Okay.
Right?
Left a little forward.
Yeah, and the close more right here. So, yep, and that looks better. So that shoulder kind of feels more down and in. There
Okay.
you go. Good. See how everything kind of went behind the ball more?
Yeah.
So that'd be the first thing I kind of work on for the setup. Okay. Little thin off the heel. So hit up the inside of the club. So that right there, okay. That's gonna happen, but when it happens, you know, what did you feel? What felt different? You know, take inventory on that. Did you feel confident before the shot?
Not sure.
Okay. Fair enough,
Try it again,
right?
Pay more attention.
So now do it. What I do is, if you 2 in a row like that, I'd step off and do a rehearsal. So try it again. A little thin there, right? So the last 2 really didn't get a sweep on it. We're kind of, so I do a practice swing and figure out, okay, where's that at? There you go. That was better sound. Good. All right. Grab ball. Okay. So no sweep there, right?
Right.
Right. Hit halfway up the golf ball. So when that,
Pick my head up.
no, if it, honestly, you kind of, you tighten your hands and your that's the biggest thing I see, because you got a real armsy swing. And so I was kind of going into that as kind of game plan in my mind. But here's what I want to do is kind of teach you more without a club, how the body works first, and then kind of show you how the arms work more together.
Okay.
Because right now the way you're moving it, your arms are a little inside on your backswing, and you're really wrist hinging in the back a lot.
Yeah.
And it's just excess parts, right? So if we can kind of slow them down, it's going to create a better miss dispersion rate. It's not going to be so up and down. So go ahead and drop the club for a second. Now we're going to work from the setup to the top. But I want you to kind of put your arms right here, kind of forward bend a little bit for me, scoot a little bit closer for me. There you go. So more here. Now we'll keep the elbows against the rib cage. Perfect. Keep your eye on my lovely blue shoe, and we're just going to twist the shoulders. So see how everything went that way? Try it again. Go along with me, but don't help move. I want you to keep your knees as straight as possible until right here. So don't move anything yet. Smooth. Say your knees moved already. Let's try it again. Watch me. That's all I want to do right now is that first motion right there. No hips. Good. Try it again. Watch your head. Watch your knees. Watch your knees moving. No knees. Better. Try again. Smoother. No knees. Watch your knees. There you go. As you actually do it, literally watch your knees. Make sure they don't move. Yep, that was better. More of that. Yes, this is called the takeaway sequence. Okay. So once we get right to here, okay, now everything moves as one unit, right? Head doesn't need to go back because ball's still on the ground, right?
Yeah,
Perfect, right? So we want to get to that feeling. Okay. So as we start what you need to understand about the backswing is the lower body doesn't do anything until the upper body can't get any further, right?
Okay.
So I'm using my shoulders to start the swing. Now I can't get any further without getting my lower body more involved with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
A lot of people have too much lower body, and what that tends to do is kind of what's actually happening is as you do that, your arms are coming too far inside, right? And that's going to create an issue with all sorts of things down the road, because if you get too stuck inside, you're honestly shrinking your swing arc, right? And you're not going to be able to hit it as far on the backswing. But if we can make it more, instead of here, right, if we just do the takeaway and then went up, right, it's gonna be a little easier. So that's kind of where we're gonna go to. Okay, so go ahead and set up right here, but put your hands and arms inside. Same thing, don't move those knees, just right to there. Try to move the hips or the knees, just turn the shoulders. Good. Now head down. Good. Now body turn. Good, but your left arm stays more out here. There you go. Try it back in one more time and relax. Smooth. Shoulder turn. Good. And more to here feeling. Good. Yep. Almost. Try it again. This time don't hold this guy in there. Okay, now move the bucket, but don't. Yep, there you go. Good. Now the body. Good. There you go. Much better. And we want this arm to stay more out in front of you like this. That's better than going back here.
Okay.
Okay. So back to setup again. And I'm trying to keep that backswing more back and then up feeling good. Perfect. Now go ahead and come back to here. Let's try it with the club a little bit. Okay. The same thing, we can get right to here, good, and up to here more and feeling. Okay. Not so back here.
Got it.
Okay. So relax. There's a little squeeze in that club, a little too tight. Scale of 1 to 10 should be at like a 2 or a 3.
Okay.
Can I get the third
Here,
player?
good. Yes, that's much better. Good. Yes. Too far back behind you. Feel like the club goes more above your shoulders and behind you. Up, up, up. That's better. Hold on. Now with the wood, if you can, we want the butt of the club to point away from you more to here.
Okay.
Okay. Much as we got for mobility, we'll try to max it out. Better, and swing it. Good. Turn through more. Twice as much as you swing through the ball than back. So most people, so once you get all the way there, good. Now fire it all through. Yep, there you go. Good. Shoulder turn to hip turn. Better. Yep. Upper body, lower body. Shoulders, hips. All right, put a ball up there. Hit a couple now. Try it again. Almost, a little behind it. Better contact there. Watch your balance.
Yeah.
That one you're just too far away from. Let's go ahead and set up for me. Good. Keep your hands on that club. Just feel more like this. Turn, turn, turn the body. Turn, turn. There you go. Back up and set up. Right. Right now, when you get to here, you're doing this hinge like that. Your hands coming on the club.
Too rusty.
100% too wristy, right?
Okay.
So try to not do so much wrist hinging in that backswing.
Okay.
Like it's about 3/4 of the way up. That's better. Try some practice swings. It's gonna feel different. Better. Good swing. Feel it's gonna feel weird. Almost. So you keep hitting a little behind it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we gotta figure out, is
Bring it
that
a little
ball
forward.
position? Yeah, I'd go right about there. Drop that right shoulder down. Good, yes, right there. There you go, better strike. That right shoulder popping up is gonna really make you want to chunk it
Uh-huh.
because it really steepens your spine angle. And that's gonna make it kind of set up more like a 9-iron. So when you drop that right shoulder, right, you're gonna get your head and hips a little more behind the ball, and it's the spine. There you go. It's better. Little inside big
I
backswing.
hit that too,
Yep.
behind it.
Yeah, so you got tighter in the upper body there, right? As you go, you're squeezing, right? I can tell because you're kind of chunking behind it a lot. So smooth up, now hip turn. There you go, that was better motion. Are these your Zins? Trash can. Okay. All right, so let's go here. Okay. All right, let's do some practice swings with this guy on. This is going to teach you how to keep more. Here, hold on, back over there. I'll take this guy. I'm going to teach you how to get more connected. And you'll see what I mean. Go ahead and grab this club now. I know that ball's going to be in your way. I'll take it out real quick, but it's going to be there. Okay, open your arms a little bit. Now squeeze. There you go. Perfect. Now, go to the top of your swing and pause. Don't let that ball come undone. Better. Here. There you go. It's fine for that right now. Let's go. Relax. There you go. Good. You feel like you have to turn more now when that's together?
Yeah.
Right? It's going to make your body have to do a little more motion. It's okay if it doesn't sit perfectly. Good, and just turn. Yes. Right? It's going to feel more like upper body backswing, lower body downswing. But we're trying to keep your arms together more because when you get to the top, they separate a little bit. Right? So I'm just trying to keep you more connected throughout your swing. Yep. Yep. I know it's awkward. I'm not going to hit golf balls like that, especially with the wood, because it's very hard. Good. Yep. But you feel how it's more kind of here and there of a motion. Now I'm going to take this one off, hit a few balls. We got another toy we'll play with in a second. Sounded better. The biggest thing I kind of notice is you just get armsy, meaning as you swing, your arms kind of separate or disconnect from the staying in front of the body more. And it can happen, but if there's too much of it, it creates a lot of misses, and especially creates tops because your elbows start breaking. Better motion. See how much better it pops off the club face? Yeah. Now we're going out to one. It's about getting out to 175, rolled out 180. Okay. But it's when we get to the top and this elbow starts to slide, and see how the elbows are farther. We keep them together more, right? It's not comfortable, right? A stretch. If you can find rubber bands that I always recommend, you know, get used to this, right? And here, and learn how to just let this sit back. And you can do this with a club. This is a lot harder than it looks, but the shoulder girdle muscles, the stabilizers in the elbows, like understanding how to build flexion like this and supporting weight, you'll feel it here. That is a lot of what people can't get used to, right? So, yeah, no worries. So if I was just right to here and kind of go boom, and kind of feel it sit, because when this starts to go, those are the muscles, right? There's the actual support system, right? You kind of feel it there and here, right? Now it's being able to get there without squeezing it, because when you squeeze it, it rises, right? And that's that uncomfortable feeling you feel there a lot. So I'm just letting you know, because they're just, I understand when I can move you and it's a little tight. It's like, yeah, they will get looser and more supportive as you go. Better motion. Almost. Let's go to the top of the swing and pause for a second. I'm going to try to keep your left foot in the floor. Good. Now fire from the floor. There you go. What I like to use is my upper body to twist pressure into the floor as I turn. So kind of corkscrew, and then I use that pressure to swing with my driver or my woods. Right? So use that upper body to build pressure into the floor, and I fire from the floor. Yes, right? That helps you use ground force better. Kind of like when you were a kid, you used to do that 180 slam dunks, those Fisher-Price basketball hoops. Yep. So your left foot came up on that one, right? And that's okay. It's not easy to do, right? Just feel like your shoulders are corkscrewing your spine and then swing from the floor, right? So my little rhyme for it is the upper body winds the floor and I swing from the floor and I'll catch it with the core, right? So it's upper body, lower body, catch, right? Good, right shoulder down a little bit. There you go, good. So if you practice swings, it's hard to get used to. Like whenever you think about something new in golf and try to do it, it's not easy. It takes about 10, 20 strings. Right? Yeah, it does, because you're not being athletic, you're being mechanical, analytical, you know?
Right.
Better motion. I'm going to show you a little stretch you can do too that'll help.
Okay.
All right, so let's drop the club. I'm going to give you 2 stretches that'll help with this stuff too. So it's going to go straight down with the lead arm, okay, just like that. And we're just going to turn to the top of the swing freely. Keep your eye more down here. I just want to make sure that we can just get it to feel as long as we can that way. Good. And then as you get longer and longer, we just want to make sure that feels more stable in the long run, right? And then what I'm going to put my other right hand out to it too. Yep, just like to there. I try to feel that position, and then we'll go down with the shoulder and let it rest back a little more, right? And just stay relaxed, right? And then just collapse it in all the way to your chest. So clap your hands all the way in, like this. Just collapse it all in and push it back out, right? So you learn how to relax it and then stabilize it again, okay? And that's one of the, I do that in the gym with cables, with 5 pounds. So because I can tell you obviously go to the gym, right? So more here, and I just support it. Like, and I just try to, because that allows me, again, we're trying to build the feeling there so much more, right? And as you learn to do the motions outside of swinging, it will eventually start looking like that on frame, okay? Perfect. And then now grab the club, okay? And what I'd say is put it here, and we're just going to turn wide like that, okay? Yep, so right, put the trailing hand underneath, there you go, and we'll just turn to the top and keep the arms out wide. So push the arms out, there you go, and stay down, right? We want to feel wide in those arms, there we go. Very good, right? Much better. Yep, there you go. Good, we want to feel a little more out to there. Yeah, that's that shoulders, feel more engaged there, right?
Yeah.
Yep, and more here. There it is. Now, if you're at that position, then want to turn more, perfect. We want to feel out, right? Wide away from us, width. There you go. Yes, 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 yes. All right, now swing it a few times. Good. Because again, we're just trying to get this feeling, right? Versus when we're back here, that's the collapse feeling in that trailing arm. Good. Yep. Much better. There you go. Yes. Yes. 100%. All right, go ahead and grip it a bit now. Yeah, baby. Go ahead and grip it. Okay. All right. Now let's swing it to the top and pause. Good, much better. Let's feel out. Push the arm out away from you a little bit. There you go, and relax the body. Perfect. I'll take that all day. A million times better. Absolutely. Better. Good. One more time. Good. Let's get that right arm out here a little bit more for you. More supportive now. It's a whole little more engaged, right? Perfect. All right. Good. All right, let's do a few more practice swings and hit a few. Once you kind of feel that position a little better. All right, let's hit a couple. Good. Right shoulder down a little bit. Almost. So make sure when you set up, you're kind of here again. That right shoulder's got to tuck in a little bit, okay? Good. Just like that. Yep. Keep it there. Perfect. Now just smooth. Better motion. You're definitely looking wider at the top. How'd you find me? Did you see a sign down here?
No, I just went online.
Okay, that's me. I'm the guy. I'm the online guy. Much better strike. See how it's starting to pop differently when you hit it?
Yeah.
Right shoulder down. Try it again. Try it again. What do you do for work?
I have a sign shop.
Okay, there you go. Did you do all the political signs that were up?
No, I never got into that. I do restaurants and hotels and
Okay,
some retail.
okay, just around
Same
locally.
kind of thing, just not political.
Signs like that or what? The cardboard cutout thing?
Yeah, like that. That kind of thing.
Oh, the easy up stuff?
Yeah.
There you go.
All kinds of stuff.
Good. Drop that right shoulder down a little bit. There you go. Good. So that was a better motion. You're just reaching too far from it.
Reaching too far out.
Yeah. So the ball was too far away from you, basically. That's why you topped it. So now find a practice swing and find those sweeps again. Figure out where is that club bottoming out in my swing. Right? Then find that ground. Good. Yep. Smooth and up and swing down. Almost. More lower body. You're getting kind of tight in the arms right now. Shoulder turn, hip twist. Better.
I heard him call your name. You're trying to sneak on again? Oh. Yeah, you may sit it and bring it in there.
Oh, sit it, play?
Yeah, a rare Sid Booth sighting, huh?
Boom. Good motion. Little thick, but you hit that well.
Now that you say
Good
that,
swing.
let's make sure I got my
There you go. Boom. Roll, baby, roll. About 180-ish. There you go. Grooving it. Much better.
Oh, it's 1,000% better than it was a day ago, 2 days ago.
That's perfect. I like hearing those things. Little fast hands, right? So when we do that, we just kind of flip through it too much.
Next on the first tee, we can have the McClure single, the Erickson single, and the Kim twosome.
Almost. Now what I want you to do is kind of put that ball a little further in your stance a little bit.
Which way?
Keep the ball more in line with that orange stick. Perfect. Now, if you have to move yourself, that's fine, but try to keep your buttons of your shirt or your sternum or spine behind the ball as
Okay.
long as you can, okay?
Okay.
That was a different sound. See how it shallows it out a little differently?
Yeah.
Let's try it again. All right, so when swinging a wood or a driver, we want to be more here versus there. Okay, see how my head's more on top of it and I'm covering it? Right, I want to keep more behind it, right? And my weight's still going forward. It's not like I'm sitting back here, right?
Yeah, yeah.
My lower body's still driving the weight forward, but my spine is still staying behind through here. Once I'm done, then I can pop up, right? But if I'm using an iron, I'm going to be more on top of it like that.
Okay.
With a wood or a driver, I'll be more back on it like that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Almost. Try a few practice swings. Clear your mind up. I just gave you a bunch of mumbo jumbo.
Their top is barely missed out.
Scoot a little closer to it. Look at inch. There you go. Now drop that right shoulder a little bit. Good. A little behind it. So when you play with your son, do you guys just use each other's clubs?
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah, you can check out probably Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, and find a real cheap set.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, all you really need, I call it the Break 100 set. You know, putter, sand wedge, pitching wedge, 9-7, 5 iron or 5 hybrid, a 5 wood, and a driver. I mean, that's really all you need until you can break 100, right? Then add the other side in. But if you have an issue breaking 100, you know, really it's like, okay, I don't need a 6 and an 8 iron. I already have too many things in my head. I don't need 14 clubs to accomplish the mission.
Yeah.
Better. Good trajectory on that one. Great strike.
Yeah, I need to get a glove also.
Yeah, you get him in the pro shop.
Yeah.
You're an Arcus member, right?
No.
The ball program here.
What's that?
So here, I think you pay, I don't know, I think it's 80 or 100 bucks a month, and it's unlimited golf balls. So then you get like I think 10% off in the pro shop too, and discounted tee times in the afternoon.
Uh-huh.
So I mean,
Cool.
if you're gonna get into it,
Yeah.
it's cheaper than paying 5 buckets a ball or 10. I think it's 15 buckets
Yeah.
now for a bucket. Almost. Better motion. Little off the heel. Little loss of balance.
Yeah, I think I was coming back too far.
Didn't look too bad.
Taking too much of a swing.
Try to drag the club on the ground a little longer on the takeaway. Yes. Better. That'll help you strike the ball a little cleaner. that was real close. That was, you're definitely getting more trajectory on it now, which is
So
good.
why am I slicing it now?
The club face is pointing that way, you're hitting off the heel. That's more of a block than it is a slice. A slice is a shot that starts left and screams right, right? So a fade kind of starts straight and fades off the line. A cut kind of starts inside and cuts back to the line. And then a slice starts way inside and screams across right. And then a block is just, if it goes right to right, that means you basically just blocked it and probably hit it off the heel, right? There you go. Now we're getting cooked. Now we're getting closer. That's the trajectory we want. We just got to square up the club face now. That was awesome.
Oh, who was that? Oh, so is he gonna ride too?
Ooh.
I thought we had a.
See how the last 20 balls have gotten a little higher since we started doing that little side bend thing?
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to get accomplished. I know it's an awkward angle. You're like, what? But it's when you get it, it's going to get that. Because we wanted to start kind of at a boring trajectory right above that driving range fence. So when it kind of either you have the option for it to bore and keep bounce and roll or keep going and sit soft, right?
Yeah.
So close. Hair thin. Just a hair thin. Like one groove low on the club face.
How far is that? Right by the. What's that?
Yeah, that one I know I hit on the.
You spleece on the
I didn't
toe.
hit,
Yep.
you know, this,
Toe, heel, center face.
yeah, it didn't hit on the center. But see,
Just missed it. Good move. Yeah, there we go. Oh,
so that time I didn't break my wrist hardly at all.
it was way different, right? There's
Yeah,
still,
so
there's
is that
still,
what I'm doing wrong is breaking too much?
yeah. So you do have a lot of excess wrist motion in the top, right?
Uh-huh.
And when you watch your video, you'll see it, right? And that's kind of why we did that. I want you to kind of be, even using a bucket like this, like you want it to feel more here, okay? And for a wood, it's going to feel like that a little bit. But even for the drill, just kind of feeling more here is all we're looking for. You kind of get here and do that. So there's kind of this excess hinge.
Yeah.
I want it more just kind of go sit and like sit there more. If anything, it's like you're scooping water and you're holding it, right? We don't want to kind of hold it flat and flick it out, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
boom, and kind of scooping it and hold. Better motion.
I hit behind the ball.
That's okay. I mean, look, you're trying to think about it a lot.
Yeah.
So what I would do is do 2 or 3 rehearsals, just kind of feeling that. Yep. Reset. Yep. One more time. Cool. And then I would just set up and hit it. Right. I would try to recreate the feeling as best I can, but I'm very cautious or aware that most likely when I'm swinging like that, it's not going to be a good result until it does. Right. Yeah, way better motion. There's a lot less hands involved than earlier. Almost. Little here,
Yeah.
more there. How many shoes you bring to the course, man? Better. I have practice swing for me. Go ahead and set up. Good. Just feel more here. Relax the arms a little bit. There you go, right there. Instead of back there so much. Right out there more. I'll take that. Different.
So the thing is, he didn't say anything. He just gave me every passive aggressive signal in the world.
So here's what, if you're practicing and you wanted to work on that feeling, okay? I'd grab a small bucket, put it right here. Okay, go over a little bit. All right, go ahead and set up for me now. Now, when you bring that club back, I want you to try to take it straight over that. Perfect. Now go all the way to the top. So straight back. Good. To the top of your swing. Look more there at the ball. Good. Now on the downswing, hold on. Go back up there. On the downswing, I want your club to come inside that green bucket through here. Right? So the backswing was straight back over it. Downswing is going inside the bucket. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
And that'd be a great drill to work on. Yeah. So straight back over the bucket. Good. Let it fall down underneath the two buckets. There you go. Find your sweep. That was better. Look at that. Don't reach so much. See, you're reaching. Keep your arms close. There you go. Yep. And yeah, that's looking different.
Line up, you're good. But when you start fidgeting, slowly push your drawer forward, and it gets closer to the top.
Not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, I know.
Close. Try again. Getting close. Getting close. I like the sound. Look the soft shape. You're just far from it, right? So you're kind of here. You scoot it away. Just right on top of it. Boom. You're trying to twist in space, right where you're at.
All right, Dave, I'm gonna go up.
Well, I think I'm not
Close.
I did too. I got really my last 10 balls.
Right, I'm gonna take all these things away from you.
Hold up.
Kind of just swing free now. Just aim, point, and shoot more than anything. Trust your work. There we go. That's the sound we're looking for. That's the feel. Good.
I got some extras. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure. Oh, thank you. Well, I would've
Better.
walked away.
The ball is just a little, like a eighth to a quarter inch too far away. It's micro movements. There we go. So now you look a little too close, just a tiny bit. Perfect. Right, that's good. Yep. Better. Also, 100 3-woods are a lot of 3-woods. Can't even tell you the last time I've done that. Yeah, buddy, that was really good. Hands a little closed, but the motion's solid.